Great. So, hi everyone. Our practice tonight is going to be centered around balancing the emotional body. And so, sometimes what can happen to us, especially in times like these, is that our emotions and our thoughts can start to get really jumbled up. And it can be really hard to piece apart. I know for me, it can be really hard to piece apart what is a feeling and what is a thought and how do I actually calm down, especially when I get really activated or when I get kind of like just like in a weird mood. Like those are kind of places that I get really out of balance. And so the yoga practice addresses these things. Ancient yogis were kind of like these ninjas who had all of these like the yoga writings talk about all of these different yoga schools, and one of the yoga schools that came up early on in like 200 CE was called Tantra. And Tantra was all about subtle energies and connecting with these energies that are kind of below what we would normally perceive. And one of the things that we're going to be doing in class tonight is we're going to be balancing these subtle energies using techniques that are both connected with the sensations that we feel in our bodies, and also techniques that connect visually in an imaginative way with the energies that are in our bodies. So we're going to get started doing something that's probably going to be the most gross, like the most physically sensate of all of the exercises we do tonight. And we'll go from doing something that's like really like physical, which is going to be using a ball to target places of tension in the back of the buttocks and the outer thighs, and going from there into a place where we're much more connected with the subtle body. So the class will be kind of a progression from this more like physical felt sense into this more subtle sensed thing that is maybe a little bit imagined in some way. But it's in that imagining that we can actually connect with these more subtle dimensions, which can have a larger effect on our whole life. Yeah. So we're going to get started using the ball. So come to your mat and you can make sure that you have your props set up. Like we're going to actually use 2 pillows shortly, but first we're going to get started with the ball and the strap. So if you are pregnant, you can come to your side. If you're not pregnant, you can just come onto your back and come to lie down. Take the knees bent. Take the ball in one hand. And then first, before we put the ball under the buttocks, this might be the first time that you're lying down all day. Maybe just take a moment to connect in with the back of the body and the bottom of the body. So maybe feel into the soles of the feet. Maybe feel the low back. Maybe feel shoulders as they press into the mat. And if you're feeling any kind of tension or pain, just let your head gently move a little bit side to side. Well, actually, first do a breathing technique. So take the feet as wide apart as the mat, a little wider than the hips, and let the knees come to rest on each other. And then you can either keep the hands at your sides in like a snow angel shape, 45-degree angle, or you can bring the hands to the belly, or one hand to the belly and one hand to the chest. Just taking a hand position that feels easeful and chosen. And then as you start to come in, perhaps Allow the eyes to gently close. Perhaps let the jaw loosen. Let the tongue rest to the bottom of the mouth. And start to notice as you inhale and exhale. And so, here, as you start to notice the breath without any special focus, you might notice that you're breathing in through your nose, or you might notice you're breathing in through your mouth. You might notice the breath filling the belly, or the breath filling the chest. At first, we're simply starting to observe the breath, just like we would observe people walking down the street or on the subway. Just cultivating that observer. And then we'll start to bring that observer presence to the exhale. So as you exhale, just notice how the body empties. Notice how the breath exits the body. Might even let the mouth be open as you exhale. Just feeling anatomically the exhale as an emptying out. And at the bottom of the exhale, maybe feeling a gentle pressing up and in with the belly button, up towards the spine. Maybe feeling the knees gently pressing towards each other. Just take the next 10 rounds of breath to count backwards. Just intentionally starting to slow down as you focus on your exhale. If your mind wanders, as minds like to do, gently return your awareness when you remember to the sensations of the breath as you exhale, and to counting back from 10. Be quiet for a few moments so you can focus on the sensations as you count backwards from 10 on the exhale. Then start to deepen your breath and gently start to walk the feet towards each other. And let the knees point up towards the ceiling. And just bring both hands to the belly now and just check in with yourself for a moment. And just ask yourself, how am I doing in this moment? And then listen and just gather any information. How does my breath feel in my body? And how does my body feel? Good. Then ask yourself one more question. How would I like to feel at the end of this hour? Good. Good. And then gently reach over to your side and find your ball. Walk your feet in a little bit closer and then press into your feet or slide yourself over and place the ball on one side of the buttocks in a place that feels kind of tight. So you might put it right underneath the middle of the butt or towards the outer edge. Just find a place that feels sore or tender. And then let the knee of that side that you have the ball on fall out. This can be fairly intense with a ball, so a roller is another great tool. We're just going to bring that breath and that awareness right to the place where you feel that sensation. Good. So you'll breathe into that place where you feel that tightness, and you'll exhale, imagining that tightness or that contraction softening out of your body. Just taking a few rounds of breath to fill up that space where you feel tightness. And as you exhale, imagine that tightness or feel a softening. As you do this, you might feel like that point is less sore or tense. And then you can shift the ball to a new place, either up or down, or also out to the side. And gently let your breath fill that place. It might feel kind of sharp. Use the breath to target the place where you're feeling tight. Use the exhale to release or soften over the ball. Just taking as many rounds of breath as you need. To release that sore spot. And then as soon as you feel that release, you can pick one more sore spot. Let that same side knee fall out. Whew. And focus that breath. So the bottom part from the navel down is where, from a subtle energy perspective, we say that the unconscious part of ourself resides. So as we do this, simply allowing that unconscious part to release, not needing to understand it or analyze it, but simply allowing it to come into your awareness as sensation as you inhale, and to soften out as you exhale. Notice any other movements that are maybe going on as you focus on this technique. Good. You can slowly shift the weight to the opposite side buttocks and take that ball out. And then gently bring the knees back up towards the ceiling. Press into the feet or just turn to your side. And then bring the ball under the opposite side buttock, either in the center, or sometimes there can be a lot of points on the outside towards the outer edge of your body. Ooh. When you find a gnarly spot, can just let the ball or the roller rest there. Let that same side knee roll out. When we do this kind of work, it actually invites places, fascial connections, tight places in the body where we're holding tension, allows that holding pattern to start to shift. For whatever reasons our body holds in these ways, when we start to soften these places, it frees up our energy stores so that we have more energy that we can use in more specific and effective chosen ways, helping us expand from our current circumstance of compression into a larger place of liberation and access. If you're feeling like that place doesn't feel so gnarly anymore, can move the ball, find another spot, either up higher or down lower or to the side, where you feel tightness. Oof. Just let that same side knee come out and just try to bring your awareness right into that place of sensation. It's almost like giving yourself an experience of getting like a tattoo or something, like bringing that very precise awareness right to the place, that exact place in your body that you have chosen. With each inhale, breathing into that sore spot. With each exhale, allowing a softening and a release. Just keep targeting your awareness into that place. And when we repeatedly focus on one point, something happens which is called the relaxation effect. As we continue to bring our awareness back to that point. Good. And if you feel like that place is no longer as gnarly, choose one more place on the same side. Wow. It can be really amazing how much sensation you feel. And just take this last place to really focus. Focusing your awareness. Keep softening that knee out. And keep softening with your exhale. Take the next few rounds of breath to target that point. Sometimes before a place releases, there'll be an intensifying of the sensation. See if you can soften into that place. Good. You can ease off of that. Slowly take your knees, your feet wide. You'll take the ball over to the side and take your knees over to one side. You can make your arms into a T shape. Just feel that internal rotation of one knee, external rotation of the opposite knee. And then take the other side, knees come up and over to the other side. And one more time to each side. Just let your body move slowly. When we move slowly and intentionally, it allows us to integrate many layers of experience and to process and digest. Knees come up and over to the opposite side. Good. And then let the knees come back up to center. We're going to draw the knees into the chest. So take both knees in towards the chest, or they can be wide if you're pregnant or if that feels better. And we're going to take a child's pose on our backs. We're going to take a yin child's pose. So you're taking your hands right below your knees. Draw your knees up towards your shoulders and then press into your tailbone. Let the eyes gently close. Child's pose helps to draw the breath into the low back. So really target that breathing in your low back. And here, compressing the hip joints really helps us to refill the hips with blood. We're also getting a little bit of bicep work by drawing the knees in. If you're feeling any tenseness in your back, you can gently move your head side to side. In yin, we're dropping into held places where we allow the body to more deeply relax. So just take the next 5 rounds of breath. Focus on the exhale. Good. And then start to take the feet back down to the mat. And you'll find your stack of pillows, which hopefully we've set up conveniently at the end of the mat. And either you'll draw the pillows towards you, or you'll shimmy yourself over to the pillows. And then take your thighs over the pillows, one or two pillows. And then let the knees come out. So we're finding an external rotation. Then take your arms out either into a T or into a 90-degree angle. And here, one of the reasons why we like to stack the pillows or put the legs up on a ball or a chair or a couch is that by creating a little stack, it actually can invite the backs of the legs and the pelvis to soften and open. And here we're going to come into our first restorative pose. So if you have an eye pillow, you can place that eye pillow or scarf over your eyes. If you have a blanket, you can place the blanket on your belly or your thighs. And start to allow yourself to come inwards. Often in life, it can be really hard to stop what we're doing. So here for this next pose, let yourself be. We're going to use a relaxation technique so that we can really be here, not be in the future or not be in the past. So that we can really take up space in the present moment. We'll use a rotation of awareness, a yoga nidra technique, to move energy through the body. You can notice the part of the body I mentioned. Notice it, but don't move it. Bring your awareness to your right hand. Right thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, palm of the right hand, back of the right hand, right wrist, right forearm, right elbow, right upper arm, right shoulder, right waist, right thigh, right knee, right calf, right shin, right ankle, right foot, big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Bring your awareness to your left hand, left thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, palm of the left hand, back of the left hand, left wrist, left forearm, left elbow, left upper arm, left shoulder, left waist, left thigh, left knee, left calf, left shin, left ankle, left foot, big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Bring your awareness to the soles of both feet, the sole of the left foot and the sole of the right foot. Imagine both feet were painted with a golden light. Feel that golden light like an oil soaking both feet with light so that both feet feel a gentle heaviness. Bring your awareness as if painting the lower legs with this golden oil, spiraling over the shin bones and the calves, over the knee joints and the thigh bones, all the way up and up into the pelvis, filling the pelvis. Feel this heaviness through the bones of the pelvis, all the way up to the navel. And feel into the lower abdomen, filling the lower abdomen with a golden light. So that from the navel down, all the way to the soles of the feet, you're glowing with this golden light. Draw your golden light to the navel and then up through the diaphragm, all the way up the side ribs to the shoulders, down the arms, so that the insides of the arms and the insides of the chest are glowing with this golden light, glowing from the inside out and the outside in. And draw this golden light from the insides of the arms all the way to the heart. And see your heart glowing with a golden light. Draw your awareness into your heart and draw a line from your heart up through your throat all the way to the point between your eyebrows. Feel that golden light moving up the spine to eyebrow center. And then feel your golden light spilling out through the head and through the eyes, relaxing and calming all the way up the forehead into the crown of the head and all the way down from that eyebrow center to the back of the skull, that bump bone, all the way up to the crown. Draw your awareness from the crown of the head down the spine to the belly. Move your awareness down to the belly. And then take the next 10 rounds of breath, counting back. 10 inhale and 10 exhale. Count as one breath, anchoring in this golden light energy, the body, calm and purified in space. Quiet for a few minutes. Allow you to focus on your belly and your breath, counting back. 10 inhale and 10 exhale. You can pause the count wherever you are. Start to deepen your breath. If you're feeling yourself in a deep place of bliss, you're welcome to stay here as long as you like and float between awake and asleep. If you'd like to come into one or two more poses, gently take your thumbs to your fingertips and deepen your breath in your belly. And gently move the thumbs over your fingertips. And as you feel ready, you can bend your knees and rest the soles of your feet on your pillow tower or your couch. Just take some deeper breaths. If you like, you can take the knees to one side, the other side, windshield wipering as we did with our feet on the floor. And then as you're ready, just moving slowly and gently come on to your left side. And take some deeper breaths on your side. Just moving really slowly. In this practice, what we tend to do is we slow down so slowly. The body can really start to transmute or transform energy, can go from different states and harmonize vibrationally. And then as you feel ready, And slowly press yourself up. And then keeping this softer gaze, we'll transition on to hands and knees. You can move your pillows to the side and use them shortly. And find your hands underneath your shoulders. Knees are inner hips distance apart. We're just going to come into a little bit of a gentle moving bear just to orient. So moving bear, we're just gently shifting the body weight right and left. You can let the head be heavy. Just listening into the body. Take a yawn. If you like, yawn. You can press into the hands. Just checking and seeing how the back of the body feels, and the front of the body. We'll take a little bit of a gentle cat-cow. So as you inhale, curl the toes, lengthen through the spine, open across the collarbones. Inhale. As you exhale, flip to the tops of the feet, press the floor away, dome up the thoracic spine. Inhale, curl the toes, arch and open across the collarbones, face looks up. Exhale, point the toes, press the floor away, dome up the thoracic spine. Again, inhale, curl the toes, arch and open, face looks up. Exhale, point the toes, press the floor away, find space between the shoulder blades. Then 2 more times like that on your own breath. Inhale, lengthen the spine, arch and open. Exhale, draw the belly in, press the floor away. Last time. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Now walk the hands slightly forward. Come onto the forearms. So you're going to lower down onto the forearms. Actually, we're going to use a pillow here. So take one of your pillows, or if you have blocks, you'll take your elbows to blocks. Just walk your elbows slightly forward. We're going to come into a yin pose called melting heart pose. You're going to take, it helps to open through the chest. So you're going to take your elbows forward. You're going to point your fingertips up towards the sky, press the palms together, and then let the forehead rest on the pillow if you have a pillow. And here we're finding the knees are stacked, the hips are stacked over the knees. There's an opening through the chest, and here you want to modulate. You want to just take a position that's not immediately overstretching. So you might even want 2 pillows. You might want high blocks. Walk the elbows forward, let the head rest on the pillows. And here what we're targeting is we're targeting the space between the shoulder blades in the back. And sending the breath right up between those shoulder blades. Can really open the tops of the arms. And just gently letting yourself come into this pose. We'll hold here for about 2 minutes. So without coming all the way to your edge, come within your edges to a place where you can actually breathe and be present as the stretch will intensify. The back of the heart is said to be where we energetically relate to ourselves. So just letting yourself be with the back gate of your heart. Energetically being with yourself.
Whatever sensations come up. If you feel unstable in your base, you can bring the knees towards each other. You can experiment with letting the fingertips point up towards the ceiling or forward towards the front of the room. Breathing here. We'll take the next 6 rounds of breath to drop in to the felt sensations through the back of the body. Continue softening on your exhale. Take the next 3 rounds of breath to complete this pose. Staying present. Good. And slowly start to transition out by lowering down, pressing into the elbows. Slide the elbows back towards you. And slowly lift up out of your back bend. I'm going to transition into a supported child's pose. So walk the knees forward using your stack of pillows. You can take them the other way and then gently extend over the pillow stack. If you like, you can make a pillow for your head. We're just coming into a nice child's pose, sitting back on the heels. And allow the head to come onto the forearms. We'll stay here for a few minutes. Just allow your system to integrate. Just notice what's moving inside of you. And notice what's moving outside of you. Notice any thoughts or sensations. And see if you can track them. Just following that awareness. And start to deepen your breath. You can slowly shift your hips a little bit side to side. And then gently start to move your hands back, coming back up. We're going to set up for our final pose. So if you have blocks or books, that can be really helpful. If you don't, also totally fine. If you do have blocks, you'll take one block on the medium height behind one of your pillows. You might want it on the lower height, just creating a gentle slope. And then you'll take your other block or your other pillow towards the other side of
the mat or wherever you're practicing on. And you come to sit on the bolster that's the long way behind you, or the pillow behind you, the long way. It's gonna match your back. You're gonna slide down so that your butt comes into this space. You're gonna gently let yourself come back to rest on that pillow. And then you'll take your legs over the pillow, which is either on a block or just on the ground. It's like a barca lounger. And then just gently let your arms come to your sides. If you have an eye pillow, or you can put that over your eyes. If you have a blanket, you can cover your body with a blanket. I recommend covering yourself. I'm going to do a meditation technique. So first, as you come in here, make sure that you're comfortable. If you are not comfortable, make yourself comfortable. So that might mean coming to find a pillow or a blanket so that your forehead is slightly higher than your chin. Whatever you need to do to get comfortable, let yourself do that. Your comfort is the most important thing. It will also allow you to relax more deeply. So finding whatever props you need to let your forehead be slightly higher than your chin. You can cover yourself. Let your eyes gently close. Let your tongue rest to the base of your mouth. Separate your teeth. Maybe start to notice any subtle movements that are happening already inside of your body. As you get quiet, you might notice subtle rhythms moving through your body. You might notice your heart beating. You might notice your breath moving through you. You yawn. This is totally good. If it feels good for you to take your feet wider, just let yourself do that. Experiment with letting the knees come towards each other or away from each other. Just finding a position that really invites you to soften your focus inwards. When we draw our attention inwards, it allows our system to rebalance. Use a visualization to balance our emotional energies, our energies of relating. We use sound and light to move energy through the body. Bring your awareness to your heart center. If you don't feel your heart, you can take your hands to your heart and just rest your hands on your heart. Just to anchor this into a felt sense.
And then you can take your hands to your side ribs. And as you inhale, feel the side ribs expand out to the sides. And as you exhale, feel the side ribs move back in towards the center space. Inhale, ribs move out three-dimensionally, up, out, and back behind you. Exhale, side ribs move back in towards your mid space, in and forwards and back and from the sides. One more breath like that. Inhale, feel that expansion, three-dimensional breathing. Exhale, feel that softening back towards the mid space, towards the center. Good. You can relax your hands back to your sides, keeping this kinesthetic awareness. Bring your awareness in your mind's eye, your imagination place, to the center of your heart. And imagine a golden light in your heart, lighting up your heart. As you inhale, feel your golden light at your heart expand to fill your chest. As you exhale, imagine the light return to a point at the center of your heart. Inhale, light expands in all directions, filling the chest with light. Exhale, light returns back into the center of the heart. As you next inhale, add silently the sound sat as light expands to fill your heart. As you exhale, silently hear yum as the light returns to a point at your heart center. Continue following this visualization on your own breath. Inhale, light expands to fill the chest, silently chanting Sat for purification. Exhale, light returns to a point, silently chanting Yam. Inhale, Sat, light expands. Exhale, Yam, light returns to a point. Follow this on your own breath. Few more rounds. Purification, Sat. The sound of the heart in balance, Yam. Sat, Yam. At a certain point, you might feel yourself moving into a daydream state. Just allow yourself to drift here, to take the next few minutes to rest back into this quiet place inside of yourself. Feel the heart balanced, or feel whatever comes up here. Whatever comes up for you is valid and important. At a certain point, allow the technique to drop away. Allow your focus to either rest at that heart or soften the roof of the mouth, And let your focus rest in the center of your brain, behind your eyes. Be quiet for a minute. Just let yourself rest here. Restored. Pause wherever you are and start to deepen your breath. And just notice the quality of your awareness, this deep inner state. Simply allow yourself to witness what is here in this space. And gently start to take a deeper inhale and a deeper exhale. Take your thumbs to your fingertips and gently touch each fingertip. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. You can gently move your head side to side. If you're in a deep state of relaxation and you'd like to stay, you're welcome to stay here. If you'd like to reground and come back into the world of movement, and gently take your arms up and stretch long through right side and long through the left side. Come over onto your left side and take some deeper breaths. And gently check in again with yourself. How am I doing? How am I feeling? And then take your right hand to press down. So you gently come up to sit. Just move slowly here. Find yourself in a comfortable seated position. Take your hands to your thighs and gently massage from that hip, the place torso meets hip, all the way down to the thigh, to the knee, the up, the top, side, inside, and bottom of the thighs. And then take the hands up to the crown of the head and just gently massage into your scalp. And just kind of bring your awareness back up and take your hands to the back of the head, the back of the skull, and just notice that ridge. It's right inside the hairline. This is your occiput, and you can just gently massage. You might feel some tender spots here, and just gently just do a little bit of a gentle massage.
Then take your hands back up and then over your eyes, cup your eyes. And let this prana, this life force energy that you touched in your practice tonight, pour into your eyes and into your brain, healing your brain. Trayambakam yajamahe sugandhish pushtivardhanan parukamiya bangalam mrityurmukshiyamamritat. Om. Good. And then drag your hands down to the face. Massage under the jaw, into the back of the neck, keeping the eyes closed. And then hands down the throat, down over the top of the chest, the manubrium, into the heart, into the navel, around the belly, sides of the waist, down the back, up over that ridge in the back, the sacrum, and all the way around to the front. Unwind your legs and massage down your legs, tops of the thighs, outer thighs, inner thighs. Bend the knees under the legs, and then around the knees. Let your eyes take in a point on the floor, and then lower legs from the knees all the way to the calves, the shins, ankles. Hold the ankles. Really let your prana, your life force, come into the ankles, and then down the feet from the heels to the big toes, heel to the second toe, heel to the third toe, heel to the fourth toe, and heel to the fifth toe. Good. Straighten your legs, bounce out your knees, point and flex your feet. And then you can come into a cross-legged seat again. Bring your palms to touch in front of your heart. Let your head bow to your heart. Honor your wisdom, your listening, and your light. Thank you. Namaste. Great practice, everyone.